box with the devil, bro.
Jesus was an interruption in the bloodline, which means everything that happened in that bloodline before Jesus was connected. Some of the stuff was jacked up. Some of the stuff was messed up. Some of the stuff was hard to deal with. And God says, I'm about to start something new that's not contaminated by yesterday.
From internet pornography and explicit music videos to child molestation and sexually transmitted diseases, our children are inundated with challenges that would overwhelm most adults. And for many of them, they're looking for a way out. Jesus said, I am the way. Bishop Eddie L. Long is committed to rescuing a lost generation and restoring them to their rightful place in the kingdom. But before they can begin this awesome journey, there's some excess baggage they need to get rid of. The following is a special back-to-school edition of Taking Authority. Watch this.
In your bloodline, some of you got lust. It didn't come from you. Came from somebody in your bloodline. Contaminated by the Adamic nature. And everywhere you go, stay with me, is with you. And then, stand up. Stay tied to me. You got in trouble with that guy who said he loved you, and you got pregnant. Didn't nobody know, but you had an abortion, and your friends don't know. But everywhere you go, you got that, and your granddaddy got lust, and so lust messed with you, and you had an abortion. I'm talking to somebody in here, and although you smiling at other folk, you're hoping nobody understands. And then stand up. While you were doing your homework on the computer, you hooked into a pornography website. Don't nobody know you've been praising God and stuff like that, but you got some stuff you hooked on that you ain't telling nobody. Yeah, you've been screaming and hollering and stuff like that, but you got lust, you got abortion, you got pornography. Don't get scared. Ain't nobody, stand up, baby. Lift your hands. Ain't nobody in your family married, and they got a bunch of children. Your sister got a baby. Your brother got several folk pregnant, and everywhere you go, you got divorce in the family, pornography, lust. It's a bunch of mess in this bloodline. Stuff's going on. And so everywhere I'm going, all this stuff is following me. And I was going to leave the represent because I was about to open up me a business and make some money and stuff like that. But to get to where I'm going, I got all this weight. Come on. And this stuff that my friend don't know about. They don't know I'm on the computer late at night watching pornography. They don't know, yeah, but they know all my sisters have got babies, but they not married, and my mama not married, and ain't nobody ever know what marriage is, and I'm scared. And I'm trying to get over there because after Represent Conference, I'm going to make it. But I'm in denial because I got all these little trips in my head. Oh, I love to jump and dance and do the church thing, you know, because I don't like grown church folk because they hypocrites. You just a hypocrite just like they are because you sitting here playing and stuff like that. And then send her home. Lift your arms. You just smoked a joint before you got here. And you high, and you walking around, and you a church kid. Come on, all this. And see, this is all this mess that I'm dealing with from generation to generation. That's following me everywhere I go. And everybody in the family broke. Come here, girl. Say, everybody broke. Say it, everybody. So I ain't got no money. I'm doing drugs. I'm in pornography. Everybody got a baby. Where do we start? And lusty dog back there following me around. And I'm trying to get somewhere. I can't, got too much weight to get there. And I'm, come on, y'all. Because, you know, you see this, what I'm pulling? This is you. This is your bloodline. This is stuff in you. Stand up, big man. I got a big knot for you. I mean, and because your daddy wasn't around, you don't know if you're a male or a female. You don't know if you're a butch. And so now you got identity crisis, and you trying to macho up, oh, I'm a man. But you got these feelings that people didn't talk about in your bloodline, and you dragging all of this stuff around. And I want to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? See, this is my history. This is my bloodline. What's haunting you? You came here and you do the same thing grown church folk do. Dance, shout, deal with a few stuff. But you got some stuff in your bloodline that if you're not careful and you walk out here talking about, I'm a represent. Represent what? You got an identity crisis. The computer calls you. You're doing drugs. And some of you in here tonight in the balcony got prophylactics in your pocket, and you used some while you've been here. And it wasn't for a party. Why y'all quiet? And so I'm tired. I feel depressed because I'm tired of carrying this robust Negro behind me. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm tired of carrying these deep feelings in me that be messing with me and messing with my mind, these thoughts. In case you didn't know, some of that stuff going on in you, your grandpappy and them should have dealt with, but they didn't deal with, and those thoughts, those habits. I visit the iniquities of the fathers to the third and fourth generation. You dealing with some stuff. Hey, Lexi. Come on. I'm tired. There's $1 million down on that other side, but I'm trying to get there, but I can't get there because I got all this mess on my back, and I'm trying to. Catch up with me, lust. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, come. Oh. I ain't gonna free you. Conference. But my daddy be making love to me, and he's messing me up. And I got all these things bothering me, and I haven't dealt with it. I don't know how to get out of it. I'm hurting. Oh, the music was good. We jumped, we bounced, we danced. We did good. I met some friends. And do you realize, before I go another further, I only got about 7 minutes. You with me? And then just in case you didn't know, there's some folk in here who don't want to go home. And this has been the best 3 days they've ever had in some years because they never, and so, no, you got to hear this. Whoa, history. Hear me. Hear me. Don't play with this. There are some people sitting next to you who are very sad because they got to go home. And they're in pain. I got to go back home. This was like a drug. How do I function back in hell? My church don't do this. Where am I going to go for somebody to hug me authentically? I don't want to go home. Please, Mr. Bishop, can I stay? And you've been playing with folk and laughing and joking around who's dragging this kind of bloodline history. Now here's the thing. Touch somebody and say, but I am an interruption in my bloodline. Well, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Now, you got to hear this. D. Wise, come get this. Got to hear this. Got to hear this. Got to hear this. Got to hear this. Most people don't get this in church. So you got to hear it. Stay. All of this, stay right there, started with Adam. Adam messed up. And Adam started all this mess because Adam and Yvette were disobedient. And God cursed us. Genesis 3:16. And because of their disobedience, we were introduced to lust. We were introduced to adultery. We were introduced to lying. See, some of you just lie for the heck of it. You're just a liar. You've been in here and you say, I can't help it. Some of you, we're going to talk this little sex thing and all this kind of stuff, and you, I can't help it. You know, then, you know, it's tough, Bishop, you know. You understand, it's because most folk never got this one understanding. Peasy, where are my scissors? Got to catch this. Got to catch this. This is a genealogy. This is a bloodline. And when you confessed Christ as Savior, you were disconnected from that line. Watch this. You are no longer, watch, now notice homeboy. He still tried to follow me. But I'm not connected. You didn't hear. The whole thing of the cross that most of us miss is that you switched bloodlines. And the reason why there was an interruption in the genealogy was because the father of Jesus is God. Everybody knows that the father determines the blood type. The blood type that they had was from Adam. When they get saved now and call upon his name, the new bloodline that you go in is the bloodline of Christ. And even though this tries to follow you, it has no power over you, no influence over you, and you can tell it to where to go because it really, watch this, hear me, Can you hold this for me? Can you hold that? Don't stab nobody. What's this? Do you want to know what you're fighting? You're fighting a memory. Your whole problem is your imagination. Watch this, is going to mess you up. You imagine demons because you don't want to take responsibility. You cannot confess Christ, get hooked up to the supernatural bloodline, and then say you can't do what he says. You cannot say my history has to hold me back. Your bloodline might be jacked up. It was jacked up in the natural, but when you accepted Christ, you transferred and you became an interruption in your bloodline. And I don't care if they were broke. I don't care if it was divorce. I don't care if it was pornography. You can walk away from everything of yesterday and move to what God ordained for you to move in. And if you came here to hold on to some excuses, untie yourself. Now I'm going to do something real quickly. Because some of y'all are in some stuff. And I just wasn't going to let you come out of here and leave this place in that stuff. You don't have to do drugs. You don't have to smoke. You can walk away from that computer. I said, don't play me because I know I'm talking to some folk in here. Don't act like this stuff ain't going on. You can walk away from the shame. You can walk away from the things that have been hindering you. And some of you need a push because you know I'm talking to you. And I ain't going to let you hide behind a scream. I ain't calling east side, west side, south side, or north side. What did you get? You got a soundness of mind. Hear me. What did I receive? I received no limits and no boundaries. There is nothing that can hold me from what God ordained for me to be. And I was not going to let you leave here carrying the weight that has been resting on you. So I got about 2 or 3 minutes of altar call. Watch this. Number one, if you've been in here this week and you heard God, if you got anything on you that represents your old life, your old bloodline, your old mindset, I'm talking about drugs, I'm talking about prophylactics, I'm talking about weapons, I'm talking about anything that you know God didn't ordain you to be in. I need you to stand up as a champion and understand I'm turning away from that. And I am serious about Christ, and I'm going in the direction he empowered me. And I'm going to ask, who is brave enough in this place on this first call I give you to turn and say, I got enough power to release my yesterday to move into my tomorrow?